All right. Hi.
It's going
How are you?
good.
Cool. So, yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Staff Sergeant Better. I'm here with Senior Airman
SrA Wells.
Senior Airman Devin Wells,
Mm-hmm.
out of Whiteman Air Force Base in Knob Noster, Missouri.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Not bad. Just another day out here.
In the deed.
In the deed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So today, we're going to talk about Senior Airman Wells' experience in Air Force Reserves, and what his perspective is of the Air Force Reserves. Try to shed some light for those of you that may have questions about joining the reserves or what it might be like there. So, you go ahead, man. Introduce yourself.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm SrA Wells. I joined the reserves in February of 23, and out of the guys here with me from my unit, I'm one of the few that's only done reserve. Most of them are prior active duty. So it's kind of a common thing you see, at least in the unit back home that I'm in. A lot of them at least spent, some time, 4 to 6 years usually, active before then they went reserve. But there's a handful of us that just joined reserve and have done that the entire time. But yeah, I mean it's definitely different, obviously, because I have essentially like a whole separate life outside of the reserves. It's a Usually it's just one weekend a month. You show up and you do your drill weekend or your UTA, and just do that every month. And most of the time it's just like some training you got to do that weekend, and then you want to make sure all your records and everything are up to date. Try to stay green on everything
Okay.
for the next month. But and then when it comes to things outside of that one weekend, um, it's pretty easy. At least in the time I've been there, it's been pretty easy to go on orders and find stuff to do. So, like our senior back home can always pretty much, you ask him, hey, is there something available? And it seems like he's always got something on the back burner that he can be like, yeah, we got these orders coming up for this. You're either helping out with this event or helping with a cleanup somewhere. They've done that before. They'll always find something to put you on. As long as there's funding for it, they have the orders for it.
That's cool.
Um, yeah, like I got lucky and got to be part of the exercise down in Hawaii in July of this year. It was RIMPAC, and it's a big exercise. A lot of countries. Uh, it's mostly a naval thing, but it's pretty cool. We worked at the Marine Corps base there in Hawaii, so
Cool. Wow.
yeah, it's fun.
That's
It's fun,
nice.
but a lot of things like that pop up.
And you've only been in for less than 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll hit 2 in February of
Wow.
25.
Doing big things already.
Yeah.
First deployment,
Mm-hmm.
TDYs to Hawaii, man.
Yeah.
Doing big stuff.
Yep.
So what do you what's your like perspective or opinion on like your experience in the reserve so far? Like, has it been worth it?
Yeah. I had a little bit of a kind of head start, but a little bit of insider trading on it because my dad's reserve. Uh, so I got to, growing up, I got to see a lot of how it worked for him,
Okay.
and it's pretty similar between all the branches. So got to see how it worked for him, and then getting here, it's pretty much the same experience. It's, I mean, like I said, it's totally different because, back home I have a civilian job. I can pretty much live where you want. You just got to be able to report back to the base when you're needed. But yeah, it's like kind of feels like having two separate lives, kind of, because you got like your military group and all your friends there. Whereas if you're active, most of the time, most of your friends are in the military with you at your base, or or you got friends from other bases. But I've pretty much got two separate
Yeah.
things going on. But it's been good. I mean, you get, a lot of the benefits that, you get for being in the military, but
Mm-hmm.
um, you get to have that second career outside of it, and it's kind of nice because if you do the full time in the reserves and then also have a second career, I mean, you're looking at 2 retirements. So that's
Nice.
yeah. If you commit to doing both for a full career, you can be set up pretty well,
Mm-hmm.
come retirement age. But it's got a lot of benefits. I think so far it's been worth it for me.
Is there anything you would have changed before you came in that would have like made an impact on your experience in the military so far?
Uh, not not really too much. I kind of it was kind of nice actually not going in straight out of high school. That was my plan in high school, was just going in right after. But I like paused for a second, and that those few years in between high school and when I joined, I had the life experiences of moving to a new city, getting my own place, getting a new job, uh, paying rent all the time, which you don't always get right
Yeah,
out of if you go straight into the military.
for
So
sure.
it's I'm kind of glad um, that I waited at least a few years because those couple of years of life experience actually helped out. And I noticed, especially like when I was going through basic and stuff, that like there's just a little bit of a difference on perspective
Mm-hmm.
between if you had a little bit of a gap where you kind of had to struggle for getting jobs on the civilian side, and then had to find your own place and find your own path, versus someone who just went straight in, where the military is like, hey, you're going here, you're doing this, this is where you live, this is your job,
Yeah.
right? Um,
Hmm.
so I've noticed that kind of helped at being able to see both sides of it.
Yeah, it's good. You were able to like get grounded right after like high school and
Mm-hmm.
find your way,
Yep,
get that experience. That's
for
good.
sure.
Yeah, I know. I joined right after high school, so I didn't really have much time to like figure it out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, it's good, man. So that's good. Do you have any like highlights since you've been in that you're like, I am really proud of that, or like, any accomplishments that you're like, you look back on over the last 2 years?
I mean, to me, the biggest highlight was that Hawaii trip. Being able to go on that, I got to get to know a lot of the guys in my unit very well. You kind of try to stand out there. Uh, got coined and stuff, so that was like
Cool.
a good. It was a good experience for me.
Nice.
But outside of that, I mean, it's been probably this. Getting to kind of see how the inner workings of our unit here work, and getting to get quite a bit of experience here,
Mm-hmm.
on this deployment, and making a lot of connections.
Yeah, for
There's a
sure.
lot of people I'm gonna be able to reach out to after this. So
Absolutely.
I'd say this is gonna end up being the biggest highlight for a while.
For a while.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
for
cool,
sure.
man. Yeah, no, definitely for me too. Um, what about do you have any goals while you're in the reserves, or how far do you want to take it? And depending on how far you want to take it, what are those goals that you have?
Well, I'm not sure. I think initially my plan has been to, if I'm able to do a full 20, but we'll see how life goes. But I think so far it's been good to me. Reserves have been so, um, and I haven't gotten too burnt out on the military yet. So
Yeah.
say that's I'm ahead of some in that, but
For sure.
I think goal wise, I mean, one of the first things that one of the um, some of the leadership told me when I first arrived at my unit was like, here in the reserves, your whole job is to deploy. So you're just constantly preparing, and your job here especially with our unit at Whiteman, all you're worried about is you need to be ready to deploy.
Yeah.
So my goal, I guess, would be to just take advantage of all the deployments that will come up, and I mean, an added benefit of the military is you're always traveling and go see the world. So that's kind of what I'm excited for, and what I hope to take advantage of the most is being able to see all these new places and work in different places.
Deployments and travel.
Yeah,
Meaningful connections.
for sure.
Yeah, that's good, man.
For sure.
Did you want to shout out to anybody back home?
Yeah, I mean, probably to my senior Gonzo, Senior Master Sergeant Gonzalez. He really helped prepare us for this deployment. He's been good to all of us, and I miss him. Here. So yeah, I miss our little back and forths banter. But
yeah,
he's a good guy, and I really appreciate all the help he's done for us. So
cool.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
And just my family, pretty much.
Family?
Yeah.
The Wells family?
I know they're missing me back home, but it's gonna be weird, I'm sure, when I get back, seeing how much life has gone on.
For sure.
And time kind of pauses for us. So
yeah,
it'll I know they're hanging in there, so it'll be good to get back and see them.
Yeah.
Be back home, but having a good time here too, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah.
This is a good time. Wells is in good hands, by the way.
Yeah. He's all right.
Well, hey, thanks for coming on, man.
Yep.
Appreciate you talking with us, sharing your experiences. Is it okay if anybody reaches out to you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. We could probably put my contact info on there or anything, but yeah,
reach out.
Anybody got questions?
Yeah.
What it was like joining the reserves or anything like that, and if you're contemplating it, like I said, I joined in straight into the reserves, but I know a lot of people. Most of my unit did active and then went to reserve. So if you're thinking about switching, I can definitely hook you up with some people that have made that change, and they, for the most part, they're pretty grateful they did. So yeah,
that's good.
I can definitely hook you up.
Thanks again, Wells.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, just go ahead and like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time.